Hello there, lovely people. We are back with chapter 5. Mark chapter 5. And this one is Jesus restores a demon possessed man. So, here we go. Chapter 5. They went across the lake into a region of the Generest, something like that. um, Journarestness. When Jesus got out of the boat, the man with the impure spirit came from the tomb to meet him. This man lived in a tomb, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with chains, for he had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore the chains apart and broke the iron off his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Night and day among the tomb and the hills he would cry out and cry to himself with a stone. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell to his knees from I'm sorry, in front of him. He shouted at the top of his voice, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, don't torment me." For Jesus had said to him, "Come out of this man, you impure spirits." Then Jesus came to him. "What is your name?" "My name is Legion," he replied, "for we are many." And he begged Jesus again and again not to send them out of the area. A large herd of pigs were feeding on the nearby hillside. The demons begged Jesus, "Send us among the pigs. Allow us to go into them." He gave them permission, and the impure spirits came out and went into the pigs. The herd, about 2,000 in numbers, rushed down the steep bank into a lake and were drowned. Those tending the pigs ran off and reported this to the town and the countryside, and the people went out to see what had happened. When they came to Jesus, they saw the man who had been possessed, and they saw the man who had been possessed by the legion of demons sitting there, dressed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. Those who have seen it told the people what had happened to the demons possessed man, and told about the pigs as well. Then the people began to plead with Jesus to leave their region. Jesus was getting into the boat. The man who had been possessed begged to go with him. Jesus did not let him, but said, "Go home to your own people and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you." So the man went away and began to tell the people and to begin to tell, began to tell in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him. And all the people were amazed. When Jesus had again crossed over by boat to the other side of the lake, a large crowd gathered around him, waiting while he was by the lake. Then one of the synagogue leaders named Jairus came, and when he saw Jesus, he fell at his feet. He pleaded earnestly with him, "My little daughter is dying. Please come and put your hand on her so that she will be healed and live." So Jesus went with him. A large crowd followed and pressed all around him. And a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had, yet instead of getting better, she got worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd, touched his cloak, because she thought, "If I could just touch his cloak, I will be healed." Immediately, her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was free from her suffering. At once, Jesus realized that power had gone out from him. He turned around in the crowd and asked, "Who touched my clothes?" "You see the people crowding against you," his disciples answered. "And yes, and yet you ask, and yet you can ask, 'Who touched me?'" But Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. Then the woman, knowing what happened to her, came and fell at his feet and trembled with fear, told him the whole truth. He said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering." While Jesus was still speaking, some people came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue leader. "Your daughter is dead," they said. "Your brother of the teacher, why bother the teacher anymore?" Overhearing what they said, Jesus told him, "Don't be afraid, just believe." He did not let anyone follow him except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. When they came to the home of the synagogue leader. Jesus saw the commotion, with people crying and wailing aloud. He went in and said to them, Why all this commotion and wailing? The child is not dead, but asleep." But they laughed at him. After he put them all out, he took the child's father and the mother and the disciples who were with him and went in where the child was, took her by the hand, and said to her, "Talanath Noom," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, get up." Immediately the girl stood up and began to walk around. She was 12 years old. At this, they were completely astonished. He gave strict orders not to let anyone know about this and told them to give her something to eat. Chapter 5.